30 million small businesses in America, the salt of the land, the lifeblood of the economy, the employer of last resort, are struggling, according to the National Federation of Independent Business, with their monthly optimism index crashing the hardest since the 2008 crisis. Now, day to day, the stock market hogs the headlines as a business barometer, but half of Americans either own or work at a small business, and for them, the recession is already here. Every month, the NFIB surveys thousands of small businesses on business conditions and challenges. Forbes calls it a finger on the pulse of small business in America. And according to the latest survey, small business owners are expecting declining sales, declining profits. They're not building inventory, they can't get credit, and they cannot find qualified workers. In fact, profits are close to their 2020 lows in the depths of the pandemic. Meanwhile, small business costs continue to climb, especially labor and energy costs. What's hitting hardest right now is inflation and labor. Input and material prices are rising while small businesses cannot find good people. Perhaps because 5 million Americans dropped out of the labor force during COVID, either retiring early or lured onto the couch by those soothing government benefits that last a lifetime so long as you keep voting for them. Going to the numbers, the optimism index hit 90.7 last month. That marks the 22nd month below the 50-year average. In fact, during that period, it is ranked between the 5th and 16th percentile of lowest readings. The last time optimism was actually healthy was December of 2021. And notably, the small business index is a lot gloomier than the Conference Board's consumer index, suggesting that consumers are either sending their money to big stores or that inflation and labor problems are eating up profits despite footloose consumers. According to the survey, the single biggest problem for small business right now continues to be inflation, but recession is now moving up the ranks, with just 1 in 4 small business owners expecting better business conditions over the next 6 months. 43% of business owners report that they cannot find enough qualified people. And of the small businesses trying to hire people, fully 90% report finding few or no qualified applicants. Meanwhile, most small businesses reported falling sales in the past 3 months. Note that's nominal sales as in before inflation. Add back inflation, and it is even worse. Finally, 2 out of 3 small businesses expect profits to fall or disappear in the coming year. Of those expecting lower profits, 42% blame weaker sales or lower prices, 35% the cost of materials or labor, and 11% blame seasonal factors or higher taxes and regulation. There was a bright spot. Shortages are now rare, especially in transportation since trucks are running empty, and in construction since nobody's building houses. So what is next? Brought to you by Unchained. What's next is all this gloom is happening when consumers are still buying hand over fist. Millions of them are now putting it on buy now, pay later, or credit cards that they cannot pay off. With 70% of Americans now reporting stress over personal finances and 61% living paycheck to paycheck, the spending lifeline for small businesses is not going to last. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.